Greywing stood on top of the rocks in the pale dawn light, his fur buffeted by the wind. All the cats, even the kits, were gathered around Stoneteller, who stood on a boulder near the waterfall. Those leaving with Shade and Musk stood close together. Greywing watched them flexing their paws impatiently, exchanging excited, apprehensive glances. And this is Chapter 4 of the Sun Trail. As they waited for Stoneteller to speak, Clear Sky broke from Shade and Musk's group to pad over to where Greywing stood beside their mother and brother. "Goodbye," he murmured, brushing his muzzle against Quiet Rain's shoulder and then Greywing's before stooping to touch Jagged Pete's ears with his nose. "I hope everything will go well for you now. And who knows," he added, clearly trying to sound cheerful, "one day I might come back and visit." Greywing exchanged a glance with Quiet Rain, seeing that she knew perfectly well that would never happen. But neither of them spoke their thought aloud. "Travel safely, my son," Quiet Rain mused. "Why can't I come with you?" Jagged Pete broke in loudly. Quiet Rain silenced him with a glance. The young kitten scrabbled sulkily at the loose pebbles beside the river. Quiet Rain's glance drifted beyond them to the small pile of stones that covered the fluttering bird. "Are you sure you won't come?" Clear Sky meowed to Greywing. "It won't be the same without you." Greywing touched his muzzle to Clear Sky's. And the two brothers twined tails. "I'm sorry you have to do this without me," Greywing responded, loss piercing his heart like an eagle's talon. But my place is here with Quiet Rain and Jagged Peak. I'm glad they have you to care for them," Clear Sky told him. He dipped his head one last time and patted back to stand beside Brighterstream. She held her head high, but Greywing could see the uncertainty in her eyes. At last, Stoneteller flicked her tail toward Shade and Musk. "Tonight the moon will be full," she mewed. It is time for you to leave us. Shade and Musk, do you wish to speak?" The sturdy black and white Tom leaped up onto the boulder beside her and glanced around at the assembled cats. "We trust the teller of the pointed stones to know where our future lies," he began. "We will follow the path to the rising sun, but we will always carry the mountains and all of you in our hearts. That won't stop us missing you," Missy Water muttered. Shade and Musk bowed his head in respect to the elder before continuing. "I hope that, with fewer cats to feed, the hunting will become easier." As Shade and Musk finished speaking, Stoneteller touched his shoulder with her tail tip and took a step forward. "I thank you, Shade and Musk, and all departing cats for your selfless courage. This is the greatest gift that you could give us. We will never forget you." She took a breath and focused her bright green gaze on the cats with Shade and Musk. "You'll meet strange creatures on your journey," she continued. "Hairless creatures called two legs because they walk on their hind legs, and shiny roaring beasts that seem like monsters racing along hard black tracks we call thunderbats." Turtle's eyes stretched wide, and she let out a gasp of dismay. "You mean those are real? I thought they were just elders' tales." Stoneteller shook her head. "They're real, but they can't be avoided. The monsters seem unable to leave the thunderbats, but you'll still need to use all your cunning." Her voice sounded more anxious now. "Don't forget that there will be new enemies too, not just birds, but foxes and badgers. And did I tell you that there might even be trouble from other cats?" Shade must have his head. "We discussed all this, Stoneteller. Don't forget," Cloudspots put in. "Dapplepelt and I know a lot about herbs and healing. If things go wrong, we'll be able to help." The old white cat's whiskers twitched and her shoulder fur began to rise. Greywing's pads tingled with apprehension as he realized she wasn't as certain as she had always seemed. "Trust nothing," Stoneteller meowed urgently, "but your own instincts." Shade and Musk laid his tail reassuringly over Stoneteller's back. We will lean We will learn as we travel, he responded gently. We have trusted you to send us toward the sun. Now trust us to travel safely to find this new place to live. Stoneteller let out a long sigh. She slid from the rock and padded over to those who were leaving with Shade and Moss, touching her nose to each cat's shoulder as she spoke. Find someone that suits all of you, she mewed. Tall Shadow, your gift for stalking and guile. Clear Sky, your gift for bringing down birds from the air. Turtletail, your speed and sharp eyes. Rainswept Flower, your ability to track far-off prey by scent alone. All of your talents must find the right place to blossom. She gazed at the cats, her green eyes full of love and grief. Good luck, she added at last. Shade and Moss waved his tail and led his groups down the rocks toward the pool below the waterfall. Goodbye, Greywing called, his gaze fixed on his brother. Stay safe. Good riddance is what I say, Dewy Leaf snarled. Cowards, they're just leaving us all to starve. Right, Twisted Branch agreed. Well, we don't need them. Greywing stood beside Quiet Rain and watched the departing cats as they went their way down the mountainside until they were out of sight. The remaining cats stood for a moment in silence, looking at one another. The tribe seemed so small now, with so few cats left. Greywing realized elders and kits now outnumbered the stronger cats. His paws tingled with apprehension, but he crushed it down. We can't stand here all day, he meowed at last. Stonesong, Twisted Branch, Dewy Leaf, we should hunt while it's still light. What? Dewy Leaf lashed your tail. Have you forgotten I'm expecting kits? You don't let us forget it, Greywing thought when he stopped himself from speaking the words aloud. We're the strongest cats left behind, he went on quietly. We must try to catch enough food for every cat. Twisted Branch nodded, a look of determination in his amber eyes. You're not Stoneteller. You don't get to order me around, Dewy Leaf muttered. She paused for a heartbeat, then shrugged. Okay, I'll hunt. As Stoneteller began to lead the rest of her tribe down toward the cave, Sharphail and Silverfrost stayed behind. We'll hunt too, Silverfrost announced. We might not be as young as you, but our claws are still sharp. Right, Sharphail agreed. We owe it to the cats who have gone not to give up now. We need to find a new way to survive. Thank you, Greywing responded, grateful for the older Tom's wisdom. Leaving the other cats behind, Greywing trekked along the cliff edge, moving away from the river. The mountains seemed even quieter than usual. He paused from time to time, straining his ears for any sign of the traveling cats far along the valley, and gazed around him in the hope of catching one last glimpse of them. But they had vanished against the snow and rocks. He'll never see them again. A dark shadow passed over Greywing's head, and he looked up to see a young hawk skimming the surface of the snow, as if it, too, was searching for prey. As it mounted into the air again, Greywing flung himself upward, remembering Clear Sky's favorite move. His claws snagged one wing. He and the hawk fell to the ground together and rolled over in the snow. Greywing felt talons rake through his pelt. With a yell of mingled pain and fury, he sank his claws into the hawk's breast and brought his teeth together in its throat with a swift snap. The hawk went limp. Puffing, Greywing scrambled to his paws and shook the snow off his pelt. Then he picked up the hawk by the neck and began plodding back to the cave, his prey's strong, bared wings trailing in the snow. By the time he reached the path behind the waterfall, the other hunting cats were also returning. Stonesong and Silverfrost had each caught a mouse, and Twisted Branch and Dewy Leaf were dragging a snow hare between them. We caught it together, Twisted Branch mumbled through a mouthful of fur, and I chased it in a double back right into Dewy Leaf's claws. It was great. The other cats gathered around the hunters dropped their prey on the floor of the cave. Even so, Greywing thought that the cavern seemed quiet and empty, with so few cats remaining. Their voices seemed to echo strangely as they shared the prey, taking a mouthful and then exchanging with one another. "I will hunt tomorrow," Quiet Rain promised. "So will I," Hollow Tree agreed, brushing her tail along the flank of her maid. Stone Song. "Why don't we take turns?" Stone Song suggested. "So every cat keeps their hunting skills sharp, and no cat has to go out every day." Stone Teller gave the dark gray tabby top an approving nod. "A very good idea. Stone Song, would you like to arrange it?" Stone Song's eyes gleamed at his healer's praise. "I'd be glad to." Greywing glanced at his tribe mates and caught the same look of determination on all of their faces. He felt reassured that the sacrifice of the cats who had left would not be wasted. We could make this work. And whenever there's a pause like this in the book, you guys, I will be doing like a chapter in parts. So, just letting you guys know in this one. So see you in part 4. I mean, part 2.